In the vibrant tapestry of the 1960s, a unique phenomenon called the muscle car arose, capturing the imagination of automotive enthusiasts and the wider public alike. These high-performance vehicles were equipped with powerful V8 engines, often delivering horsepower previously reserved for the racetrack. But how did these cars come to dominate the streets during this transformative decade? To understand the rise of muscle cars, one must travel back to post-World War II America. The nation was basking in economic prosperity, leading to an increased appetite for vehicles that provided more than mere functionality. As families settled into suburban life, car ownership became a symbol of success and freedom, creating fertile ground for innovation in automobile design. The auto industry responded, sparking a race to develop vehicles that could capture both the thrill of speed and a sense of individuality. The birth of the muscle car was, in essence, the materialization of this desire. At the heart of this development was the emergence of a new demographic, the teenage and young adult market. Young men, socially liberated and economically empowered as never before, craved excitement. They demanded cars that reflected their spirit of rebellion and their yearning for adventure. Automakers quickly recognized this as a lucrative opportunity. Ford's introduction of the Thunderbird in the mid-1950s was an early foray into this territory, but it was soon outpaced by what would become the timeless icons of automotive culture. Pontiac's 1964 GTO is often celebrated as the vehicle that officially ignited the muscle car era. The formula was deceptively simple but profound. Pair a large engine with a relatively small body, ensuring raw and unadulterated power. This combination not only offered thrilling performance, but also tapped into the aesthetic and emotional appeal of speed and power, making these cars an instant hit. Soon, competitors joined the fray. Ford entered with the Mustang, Chevrolet with the Camaro, and Dodge with the Charger, each contributing to an era marked by significant innovation and fierce rivalry. The scene didn't take long to spill from dealerships to popular culture. Movies, television shows, and music of the 60s, with their own themes of rebellion and freedom, featured these cars prominently, further ingraining their presence in the collective psyche. The likes of Bullitt, with its famous chase scenes starring a Ford Mustang, or the Beach Boys singing about the thrill of drag racing, stoked the public's passion and affinity for muscle cars, cementing their cultural status. However, technology and engineering were only half of the story. Buyers were welcomed into showrooms by savvy marketing campaigns that emphasized the glamour and potency of these vehicles. Automakers employed a blend of bold advertising and sponsorship of racing events to ensure their offerings stayed at the forefront of consumer consciousness. The marketing blitz effectively linked performance with personal identity and status, further propelling sales. Despite their unbeatable charm, muscle cars of the 60s began to face significant challenges in the subsequent decade. Rising insurance premiums for high-performance cars, coupled with increasing awareness around environmental issues and the fuel crisis of the early 70s, began to alter the landscape. Furthermore, safety concerns and government regulations began to reshape the industry, signaling the end of the golden era of muscle cars as they had been known. In the years since, the legacy of the 1960s muscle car lives on, both as cherished collector's items and as inspiration for modern automotive design. The spirit of these cars continues to ignite enthusiasm in newer generations, with recent model re-releases proving just how enduring their appeal remains. For many, muscle cars symbolize a timeless pursuit of freedom and power, a reminder of an era when innovation thrived and personal expression roared to life with the turn of a key. Thus, the dominance of muscle cars on the streets of the 60s can be attributed to a confluence of social, economic, and cultural dynamics. This unique period in history allowed these machines to capture the hearts and headlines, becoming a permanent fixture in the narrative of American automotive history. Their story is one of innovation, rebellion, and an unwavering quest for speed, a tale that continues to fascinate and inspire, firmly rooted in the collective memory of an iconic decade.